Ibo Santa la berete o. Himo sekera bolo seheya. Idorobo shantulubu. Imarabo sekebo. Marabo Santa la be. Imarabo siya la, and I will praise him. Marabo sendelrebo, marabo sekereya o, marabo sunde ye erebo sekureboleya, marabo sunte, marabo sundelrebo, marabo sundereya ye horobo serebo, moseke serebo, and I will praise him. Hey, I will worship and I will celebrate him. Yerebose, rebose ya, marabose keyabe, narabosandurebo, narabosi ye, iboro senderebo. Himo Santa la bereseke. Shundarabeya tulubu, ha ribo sekere boroseye, imaraba suntelabe, imaraba sekerebo, imaraba seye, and I will praise him, I will praise him, I will pray, maraba sekerebo. Marabo Santa Lubu, yeah, and I will praise Yerebo Seya in the Rebo Sekere, Imo Santa La Bere Se, Marabo Sinderebo, Orabo Sinderebo, Narabo Sunderia, oh, Sekerebo. Himo Santa Rebese. I will praise you, Yahuwah. I praise you, Yahuwah. I worship you, hey. I celebrate your power. Oh, Yerebo. I celebrate your power, Yahuwah. Mama Derebo. Mama Sekerebo. Yaribo Santo Libe Iboro Sekerebo Shandayao. Wow, Yaribo. Yarabo Suntela Be Yahuwah. Yerebo say Yahuwah. Yahuwah Yerebo say. Oh, yeah. I will praise and I'll praise you. I will worship and I worship you. I will celebrate and I celebrate you, Yahuwah. Abba Yahuwah, yeah, Rebo Seke, Rebo. Hallelujah, yeah. I bless you, Baruch Haba Yahuwah. Baruch Haba Oribo Shanda. Greetings, Michelle. Yeah, I quickly want to talk about the Feast of Purim. On the 25th way to 26th, it is the Feast of Purim, in case you want to be a part of it. So I quickly want to touch on what the Feast of Purim is, or the significances, of the Feast of Purim. I just want to do some highlights and how it's been done. We go, first of all, we'll start with the royal calendar, okay? We also call it Enoch calendar or Anuka. The calendar of Anuka, that is the calendar of Abba Yehoah. We see that in Bereshit 140. That is where the calendar of Abba Yahuwah's is. And when you also goes to Tehillim 91-6, that is also talking about the calendar of Abba Yehoah, which simply have 30 days in a month. Okay, When you go to Genesis, Bereshit, I think 7 and 8, 150 days, okay, which is 5 months. 30 days in a month. And when you also go to Revelation 9, you're also going to find it over there. 5 months. So they are going to be tormented for 5 months. And it's coming, it's like the days of Noah. So you take that 5 months down to the days of Noah, 150 days. There you get 5 months again, which is 30 days in a month. According to the calendar of Hanukkah, it is 30 days in a month. And that really conjoined or fulfilled every biblical, timeline or time clock. 3.5 years, 42 months, and there you get 30 days in a month. Okay, so due to the calendar of Abba Yahuwah, each season, the year of Abba Yahuwah begins springtime. Okay, so each season goes by 3 months, which is 90 days. Okay, so right now 90 days in these 3 months. So a day as Equinox, that is the calendar of Abba Yahuwah begins, or the year of Abba Yahuwah begins springtime. Okay, so after 3 months, the very last day, there is a day as Equinox. That is transaction for this springtime to be transacted into summer, a day as Equinox. Okay, that is why when you go to the book of Hanukkah, there will not get the 364 days. A day as Equinox. So in each season, we always have a day. In each season we have 4 seasons. So in the first season, there we got 4 days extra. But the normal calculating of Abba Yahuwah, it is 30 days in a month. That confirms every biblical prophecies that has day, time, and all that. Okay, so we don't go by Gentiles calendar, the paganistic calendar. We don't go by that. We go by that of Abba Yahuwah. When you also come to the book of Adexah chapter 4, you're also going to find out that we're even going by the calendar of Abba Yahuwah. It said 30 days, which means a month now. I haven't, see the king. All right now. So we go by the calendar of Hanukkah. All right. So right now, the time clock of Abba Yahuwah, let's also go by that, because time is so significant. It is time. Appointment, powerful. If you mix it, check it out. When you have an appointment, and is there any office or job or whatever, you don't go by time? No, it is very, very significant. Okay, appointment time. So the time clock goes by. We also go by that of Abba Yahuwah, that has 12 hours of the day and 12 hours of the night. I will prove that to you now. Here I am, Bereshit 1:5. And Yahuwah called the light day, and he called the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. You see, the day of Abba Yahuwah, the night that brings about the days, begins 6 o'clock in the evening. Wherever you are, it doesn't matter. Okay, listen now from the book of John, Yahuwah, chapter 11, verses 9. Yehoshua answered, are there not 12 hours in the day? Okay, so I just want to prove that to you, that the biblical time clock go by. We don't have 24 hours. No, we don't count. We don't go. That is paganism. We go by 12 hours of the day and 12 hours of the night. Okay, right now it is after. Okay, yeah, 6 already. So when it's exactly 6 o'clock, we begin. So now we are already in the 6th day of the week, the very one you call Friday. That is how it works according to biblical time clock and timeline. So we are already in the next day already, 6th day of the week. That is what Abba Yahuwah calls it. Again, the paganism call it Frigid Day, Friar's Day, equals to Friday these days. Okay, so right now I will still do more proof for you to know the time clock of Abba Yahuwah, in case you picked interest, you want to celebrate this wonderful, powerful feast of Purim, so you will know how to go about it. Okay. Here I am, Acts of Apostles, chapter 2. I read verses 15. For these are not drunken, as ye suppose, seeing it is but the third hour of the day. So right now, what hour is the third hour of the day? That would be 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay, 6 in the morning begins the 12 hours of the day, while 6 in the evening begins the 12 hours of the night. That is how it's being reckoned through the royal law. When you also go to now, you can read, then you get the 12 hours, the 9 hours, 6 hour. That is Matthew 20. Read it all. You are 1 to 16, excuse me, 1 to 16 also. You are going to get all this third hour of the day, 6th hour of the day, 9th hour of the day, and 12 hour. You know, when it's 12 hour of the day, that is 6 o'clock in the evening. That is sundown. When it's a minute after 6, which means we are in the other day already. So I think I still have to give you one more proof. Here I am, Yahu. That is Matthew 27:45. Now from the 6th hour there was darkness over all the land until the 9th hour. You see, 6th hour will be 12 o'clock new day, the one we call 12 o'clock. And the 9th hour will be 3 o'clock. Messiah gave us the Spirit 3 o'clock, okay, in the afternoon. All right, so this is how it works. When you also go to Daniel chapter 6, you're also going to find it over there. Even Nebuchadnezzar was also going by, sundown. Okay. Daniel chapter 6. I forgot the verse. You can read it all. You will find it over there. So right now that we have already established the calendar is 30 days in a month, while the 12 hours of the day starts, 6 o'clock in the morning. That counts the 12 hours of the day, 6 o'clock in the evening. That counts the 12 hours of the night. So in case you want to be a part of this wonderful, powerful celebration, you rather begins, when it's 6 o'clock Shabbat, it begins already. It is 2 days celebration. So right now, having said this, let us just touch a little bit on the Feast of Purim. So first of all, what is Feast of Purim? Feast of Purim simply means return back to sender power. Okay? Simply means whosoever that dig or dug a pit will be the one to fall on it. Simply means whatsoever stone you roll and at me return back to you. Okay? Simply means the grave you have dug, you are the one, to lay on it. It simply means return back to sender. Okay, that is the glory and the meaning of the Feast of Purim. I think I have to start again. The Feast of Purim, it speaks about powerful deliverance. That when we now begin to come to realize how powerful or the great deliverance Abba Yahuwah has brought to us, that brings that brings about the celebration of the Feast of Purim. It means you remember the powerful, wonderful movement of Abba Yahuwah, even though his name was never ever been mentioned throughout the book of Adesa from chapter 1 way down to 10. But we see the power of Abba Yahuwah, so prevalent in all things over there. Okay, and the Feast of Purim also has to do with a revelation. Okay, revelation simply means something that was hidden now is being revealed unto you. Okay, as you study, it reveals unto you. Okay, and that is the actual meaning of the Feast of Purim. That simply means to say something that was hidden or hiding somehow from your sight, but as you go more into it, this thing is right there. Abba Yahuwah was so hidden, but when you study the characteristics of the power that brings about great deliverance, you will know Abba Yahuwah was right there. Okay, it was right there, even though his name was never been mentioned, but he's behind, Mordecai. It was just right there. And the feast of Purim also took place. Where was this feast being given unto us? I can say this is the only feast that was being given unto us in the land of our captivity, in the land of bondage. We got this feast of Purim. This great deliverance came unto us in the land of our captivity in Babylon. All right. So now we are in the biblical 12 months. Okay. Now it is the end of the year of Abba Yahuwah. 12 months. This is the end of the year. You see, one thing I love about Abba Yahuwah, when you really study the feast of Purim, you're gonna see it speaks about the end times. Oribo Shandaya. I'm not going to really go into it the way I did 2 years ago. I just want to do some highlighting. All right. It speaks about the last events of the last days, about revelation. Okay. Anti-Mashiach. How he will try to wipe away the choosing. But don't dare their father. Okay, that is the meaning of the feast of Purim. That the gallows you build, you are the one to be hanged with it. Okay, the gallows. You don't play with fire. Anyone that play with fire, consumed. That is the meaning of feast of Purim. Touch not my anointed. That is the meaning of the feast of Purim. These are the apples of my eyes. That is the meaning of the feast of Purim. Okay, he suffer no one to do them no harm. That is the feast, the glory of the feast of Purim. Okay, and the feast of Purim also has to do with ongoing battle. Ongoing battle. This battle begins right in Genesis 3:15. I will always go there. All right. I bet you want make it so clear there is nothing new under this heaven. Nothing. What has been will be, and what has been done will be done again. All right. Ecclesiastic 1:9. There's nothing new at all. I bet you what declares the end right from the beginning in Bereshit chapter 1. When you go over there, you're gonna find that it said every seed have its own kind inside of every plant, every tree have their own seed. Inside of the Abba Yahuwah said that declares the air right from the beginning. Yeshayahu. This is what Abba Yahuwah said in Yeshayahu 46:9-10. Remember the former things of the old, for I am Yahuwah and there is none else. I am Yahuwah and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying my counsel shall stand and I will do all my pleasure. Where did it declare the beginning from? The goes back. We just go back to Genesis chapter 1. All the trees have their seed inside of them. In another words, every single thing or souls or numbers of soul that is going to habit here on earth, this first term, Abba Yahuwah knew them already. Know how many numbers or so that is going to come, die, go, come, die, go, come, die. He knew already. He declares it already. Okay, because every tree have their seed, every plant of the field have their seed inside of them. So when you goes further, Bereshit 3:15, then we now see this, ongoing war. They see the serpent, and the serpent say, I'm going to put enemy between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. That is ongoing war. And we now see that this war now begins right away. The first, I'm going to call Cain, Amalekah, the first Amalekah. Okay? We see the war that murder the righteous Abel. Bereshit 14. The war begins already. And in every generation, we always found out this Amalekah, the very enemy of the choosing, the very enemy of us. So Amalekah is still right here today, because Amalekah keep moving. It's a spirit, okay, which is the serpent and the devil, keep moving from one generation into another generation to do what? To wage war against the people of the book. So Amalekah is a spirit. It's a spirit of enmity between the chosen and the cedar serpent. Bereshit 14 verses 7. Even when Amalekah was not yet being born, yet the names of Amalekites already exist. Genesis, I call it already, and they returned and came to where Father Abraham go into war, which is where is it? And smote all the country of the Amalekah. That is where I just want to hit on. Bereshit, Genesis 4:7. Amalekah wasn't yet born over here, but we see the name of Amalekites already, in prophecy. So for you to know that it is a spirit of war to wage war against the people of the book. In Genesis or Bereshit 14:7, there will not see the spirit of Amalekah is already existing. And yet Amalekah wasn't yet born over here. Let's go to where Amalekah was be born and how did Amalekah came into existence. Okay, so it is ongoing war until the very end of 7,000 years. The spirit of Amalekah is in every single generation. Only Amalekah is just there to wage war against the people of the book. Here I am, Bereshit 36 and verses 12. So here we'll see Amalekah has already been prophesied, but here Amalekah was being born. Okay, and Bereshit 36 verses 12. And Tamna was concubine to Phanezzar. Excuse me. Yes, Eliphaz, Esau's son. And she bore to Eliphaz Amalekah. These were the sons of Ada, Esau's wife. You see, Amalekah, Bereshit 14. Amalekah was already being prophesied. That is how Abba Yahuwah declares the end from the beginning. And here, verse 36, Amalekah surfaced. And Amalekah is the seed of Esau. Okay? That is the enemy of a man begins in his household. So right now, let's, begins or keep going on. We begin already. So now this is why we celebrate. We don't play with this feast at all. It is the very last feast of all 9 feasts. It's the very last feast, and it also is this feast is being given unto, I'm going to read it also for you, due to the powerful deliverance that Abba Yahuwah gave unto us in the land of our captivity. So right now, here we are in Shemo, Exodus 17. I'm going to take it from 13, I think, I just go straight to 16. For he said, because, or let me take it from 40 for a better understanding. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, write this for a memorial in a book, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua, for I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalekah from under heaven. Is ongoing battle. Okay. And Moshe built an altar and called the name of it Yahuwah Nissi. 16 now. For he said, because Yahuwah had swore that Yahuwah will have war with Amalekah from generation to generation. It is ongoing war. And from here we now see now that the spirit of Amalekah is a spirit is being found from generation to generation, just as Abba Yahuwah has already declared it. We see that the Amalekah begins right in Genesis 4. Abba Yahuwah give the word or prophecy. I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between our seed and your seed. That is ongoing battle. Okay. Now there begins the war. Bereshit 4. Again, when you go to Bereshit 19, the war begins. Okay. We see when Abba Yahuwah command Moshe that he should write it down for Joshua, because Joshua is the one that led our forefather into the promised land. And Yahushua is the one that will lead us eternal into the eternal kingdom. Okay? So right now, Abba Yohana said unto Moshe that he should write it down, rehouse it from generation to generation. It is what? Ongoing war between Amalekah and the people of the book. So we see Amalekah's spirit from every generation to generation. It's right over there. So, okay, here I am again, the PURIM, Deuteronomy 25:19. Therefore it shall be when Yahuwah thy Elohim hath given thee rest from all thy enemies round about in the land which Yahuwah thy Elohim giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it, that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. Thou shalt not forget it. Don't forget it, okay? And no compromising. You see, so it is ongoing war. So here I am again. 1 Samuel 15 verses 2. Thus saith Yahuwah of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to YISRA'EL, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and sucking, ox and sheep, camel and ass. Okay, and so gather the people together and remember and numbered in. Okay, but Esau, Saul, he didn't obey it, obey Yahuwah. Okay, he spelled the king of Amalek. The king, what they called him? Agagite. He spelled him. And Abba Yahuwah said, remove them because you know they are not good for the people of the book. They need to be wiped out of the surface of the earth. But he now rewrite history. So rewrote it. That is why Abba Yahuwah rejected him. That was what he couldn't find no mercy, because he hurt Abba Yahuwah to his marrow by to spell his enemy, the enemy of his children. You can't play with fire and not get burnt. He that built a gallows will be hanged upon that gallows. It is returned back to sender. Alright, now here we are in the book of Hadassah. We see already who was Amalek or Amalek. They are one. Okay, so the reason why Abba Yahuwah said Saul to remove all of them, wipe them out from the map of the earth, we see already, but Saul couldn't. Okay, he couldn't do his spell. Rather, he still lived that root of evil to keep spreading and keep tormenting the people of the book. So right now here I am in the book of Hadassah chapter 3. I read from 1. After these things did King Xerxes promote Haman, the son of Agagite. Okay, the son of Agagite. If you read that 1 Samuel 15, you are going to find this lineage over there. And Abba Yahuwah wanted Saul to wipe them out, but since he failed, the Agagite Haman now wanted to carry out the oppression of his father. Since you saw you couldn't know your right from your left, right now I'm going to do it for you. So he wanted to commit that wicked genocide in our land of pain again, in our land of sorrow. Abba Yahuwah says it's not so. If man failed, I will not fail. Abba Yahuwah, because he said it's a war, ongoing war from generation to generation. Okay, so we see already verses 2 that Agagite root, see, keep spreading all over us. But Abba Yahuwah did something over here just to uproot, Agagite out of the way. Verses 2 now. And all the king, Hadassah chapter 3, 2. And all the kings, servants that were in the king's gate bowed down and reverence Haman, for the king had so command concerning him. But Mordecai bowed not. That is not whom we are dealing with. We are the people of the we don't bow to man. We bow to who? Abba Yahuwah eternal. Okay, he didn't. Nor did him reverend. No, we don't do that. We give honor to Abba. We don't give honor to Paul. We don't. And this provoke the spirit of Hagagite, Amalekite, to come out now and wage war and pay such huge amount of money, to remove from the surface of the earth all the Yahudim, all the YISRA'EL in the land of Babylon. Okay, but Abba Yahuwah said you are playing with fire. You that built the gallows. You are the one to be hanged with it. This is where blew my mind off. This one really breaks me down. It really breaks me down. After read chapter 4, okay, after Queen Hadassah has done her part, fasting for 72 hours, 3 days and 3 nights. So right now she now approached her husband. I'm going to read it from, now here I am, chapter 5. Now it came to pass on the 3rd day that Hadassah put on her royal apparel and stood. I think I made a mistake. Let me first of all, let you see something. All right, now here I am, Hadassah chapter 2, verses 7. I want to give a little biography of who is Queen Hadassah. Verses 7 I read, and he brought up Hadassah, okay, the one they call Esther, his uncle's daughter, for she had neither father nor mother, and the maid was fair and beautiful, whom Mordecai, when her father and mother were dead, took for his own daughter. Okay, so Mordecai now abducted her. Right now we are in verses 10, the same place. Hadassah had not shown her people nor her kindred, for Mordecai had charged her that she should not show it. Okay, in other words, it was a secret. The king never knew she was an exile. Okay, that is revelation. The name of Abba Yahuwah has never ever, been mentioned, but he was right there. Okay, that is a revelation. So that is what I just quickly want to impart. So right now we're back to Hadassah chapter 5. I take it from 1 now. Now it came to pass on the 3rd day that Hadassah put on her royal apparel and stood in the inner court of the king's house over the king's engaged the king's house, and the king sat upon his upon his royal throne in the royal house, over engaged the king of the over engaged the gate of the house. And it was so, when the king saw Hadassah, the queen, standing in the court, that she obtained favor in his sight, because this attempt, it is death penalty. If you are not be summoned, and that was once her excuse or her fear. If the king didn't summon you and you just banks into the privacy of the king, he will get you killed. The penalty, it is what? Death. But because Abba Yahuwah was behind the sea, his power was so prevalent, powerful, strong, that puts that garment of fear off her and say, go now. As a queen, you need to take your seat. How can that be? A whole 30 days you don't see your husband? It is not so. The barrier needs to be rolled out of the way. The separation needs to stop. A woman needs to see her husband anytime, anyhow, just when she's in need of her husband. That put no barrier. It said this sign, what? Shall follow them that believe. This sign for any Chaldean, any daughter of Chaldea that tried this, it will end up in grave. She must be slaughtered. She will end up in grave. But we did it because we are the daughter of Yahuwah, the queens of Abba Yahuwah. She obtained favor in his sight, and the king hid out to Hadassah the golden scepter that was in his hand. So Hadassah drew nigh and touched the tip of the scepter. That is Tehillim 23. Hadassah was walking through the shadow of death, but the rod, the staff, the scepter comforted her. You see, she found favor. Even though I walk through the valley, I walk it through, but the rod is my comfort. He extended that scepter unto her, touch not. Then said the king unto her, What wilt thou, Queen Hadassah, and what is thy request? It shall be even given thee the half of the kingdom. And he did it. Powerful king, he did it. 50-50, you have to roll your, let me also rule. I need to give my enemy food. And Hadassah answered, If it seems good unto the ear, blew me off. And Hadassah answered, If it seems good unto the king, let the king and Haman come these days unto the banquet that I have prepared for him. Give them food. Emma, you want to kill us? You need to eat the food. Queen Hadassah invited now Emma into the banquet of Abba Yahuwah. It is full of judgment. Let's prove that. Here I am, Revelation 19:17. This is what it is. The word of Abba Yahuwah is sharper than any edged sword. Now I take it 19:17. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, Come and gather yourself together unto the supper of the great Yahuwah, that ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of oxen, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. This happened. All right. When Hadassah now invited Haman, come and eat the food of judgment. The queen, the bride of the king, invited the enemy to the wedding supper of Abba Yahuwah. Come and eat. Horibo Shandayaba. Haman ate. He ate his destruction, and he did not just pay in 7 ways, he paid in 10 ways. All the 10 sons were slaughtered for this reason. He that dig a pit or he that dug a pit, we are the one to fall on it. This is the nature. This is the nature of the feast of Purim. Gather all of them together. Call Haman and his entire household, his 10 children, all the Babylon. Come to the supper of Yahuwah. And he ate. He do it again. And he ate. Okay, now it's judgment. You build the gallows. You are the one to be hanged on the gallows. And it was so. You see? So this is how Abba Yahuwah declares. This is how it declares the end from the beginning. So this is what is also going. This is how the end is going to be. We are going to invite them all to the banquet of Abba Yahuwah. Call Emma. Emma, come over. You and your household, your 10 sons, come and eat the food of destruction. It declares the end right from the beginning. When you also go to Yeshayahu, I think I also have to read it. How he declares the end. We see Amalekah is from ages. Is ongoing. Is ongoing war. Okay. Yeshayahu 45:1. Thus saith Yahuwah to his anointed, to Cyrus, whose right hand I have holding, to subdue nations before him, and I will loose the loins of kings, to open before him to open the lift gates. I take it again. To open before him the 2 lift gates, and the gate shall not be shut. Who is King Sarah? Yeah, he wasn't yet born. Abba Yahuwah gave him even though he's a demon, Not, yeah. So Abayewa predicts or declares the end right from the beginning. This is how the end is going to be. All right now. Hema, excuse me, yes, Hema, Amalaka is a spirit, okay? It's still going on, you know. Islam is Amalaka, the very end of Amalaka. Christendom, they are Amalaka also. They are waging war with a lie against us. They are using lie to enslave us. This is the biblical defeat, even the royal law that carries. That's all this thing we are talking about here. But they don't care. They just use Babylon to feed us. Why won't us teach our children, our family, our friends, you know, people close and far away from us, this wonderful feast that brings about the destruction of our enemy? Why won't we teach this to our people? Why won't we be a part of its celebration? Why won't we talk about it? Why not bring it in Babylon to enslave us? Christianity, in fact, they are the greatest Amalekite that is using war, lies to enslave us. That is using lie to bury us in the grave. That is using lie to slay us every now and then. That is twisting, rationalizing the royal law in our hands in order to enslave our mind, our soul, our heart, everything that has to do with the purity of Abba Yahuwah. Christians don't use lies to enslave it all. They are Amalekite. This is ongoing war. And Islam is the very end of this Amalekite generation to generation war. Okay, they are the one, you know, to conclude it. In another words, I have to call this the playlist of Amalekite. Amalekite has been playing from ages, generation to generation. Islam is the very conclusion of this playlist of Amalekite war against the people of the book. Let's see what Abba Yahuwah commanded through the mouth of Queen Hadassah and Mordecai about this very powerful, unique feast. It is awesome. It speaks about revelation. It speaks about the war of the last days. It speaks about the royal king, the holy king, and his bride. How the bride of the royal king, or how the bride of the king eternal was facing domination. Okay, so how the king Nana gave order, go and slaughter all your enemy. It speaks about the last days event. That is why it's being called, you know, I can also call it hidden revelation. Of course, it is. The book of Hadassah, it is hidden revelation. Okay, revelation of the last day is right over there. That is why the name of Abba Yahuwah is not being mentioned, and that was why Mordecai also command Hadassah, never you reveal who you are to the king. Okay, the king never knew all these years being married to Hadassah. He never knew who was she. He never really know the true identity of his bride until now. It was a secret. That is revelation. Okay, the name of who Hadassah really was hiding away from his presence. The name of Abba Yahuwah was hiding, but his power was prevalent. And again, this is what Abba Yahuwah commanded through the mouth of the Queen Hadassah and Mordecai. You can read all chapter 9. It is wonderful. Hadassah chapter 9, the one you call Esther. The book of Hadassah chapter 9, I read 28. And that these days should be remembered. Or should I take it from where? Let me see. On the tick. Okay. Oh, my father. All right, now I read 21 first. To stabilize this among them, that they should keep the 14th day of the month, 12th month, and the 15th day of the same yearly. Okay, after Abba Yahuwah gave them powerful deliverance on the day they're supposed to die, on the day all of them supposed to be buried in a massive graveyard. The enemy now, people still die. Yeah, people still go for it. That is the meaning of the Feast of Purim. Simply goes for, you that build the gallows, you are the one to be hanged on it. It is your property. Return back to sender, 28 now. And that this day should be remembered and kept throughout every generation, every family,
every province and every city, and that these days of Purim should not fade from among the Yahudim, nor the memory of them perish from their seed, wherever you are. Then Hadassah the queen, the daughter of Abihail, and Mordecai the Yahudim wrote with all authority to confirm this second letter of Purim. It was so. Even Yahushua Messiah, Melech Yahushua himself also celebrates this feast also in a codex. Let's go there. The place I just read, if you go through all, you are going to see only in this feast we be commanded that we should send gifts to one another. Okay, we should send gifts, and this is what the heathen or the Gentile or the Christian or the paganism is imitating. They are sending gifts on their Christmas. Rather, why are we not teaching this to our children? Why are we not teaching this amongst us? If Christianity is not really demonized, why? This is in the book you carry, but you never care. But you care for Babylon. Yes, you are Malacca. Keep waging war against the truth to enslave the people of the book. Judgment is here. You see how all the Chaldean, the Babylonian was wiped out. That is the judgment of the last days. Right now, here I am, Yahuwah, John 5. Take it from 1 to where? This is the feast. This is how we know this was the feast Yahushua also celebrates, because his name was the name of the feast was never been mentioned, just as Abba Yahweh was never been mentioned, just as who was really Queen Hadassah, the true identity of ours, taken away from the sight of the king. The same here. Every other feast Yahushua attended was being mentioned. Only this feast, they just call it a feast, so we now know it is the feast of Purim, because everything is hiding, and it needs revelation to know what was going on over there, and that is revelation. I take it out from verses. So after this, there was a feast of the Yahudim, and Yahushua went up to Jerusalem. You see, that is how they never called the name of the feast. So yes, it is the feast of Purim. We see everything. It is revelation, and there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethesda, having 5 porches. In this lay a great multitude of impotent flocks of blind, leper, waiting for the moving of the water. For an angel went down at a certain season into the pool and troubled the water. Whosoever there first, after the troubling of the waters, stepped in, was made whole of whatever disease he had. And a certain man was there which had an infirmity 38 years. They will not know here, and I conclude my case. It is the feast of Purim. This illustrates us powerless, being in bondage, we don't have no power to fight. Infirmity. Babylon being in bondage. Do you know what that is? And when Yahushua saw him lie, and he knew that he has been now a long time in that case, he said unto him, wilt thou be made whole? The impotent man answered him, saying, I have no man, when the water is troubled, to put me into the pool. But while I am coming, another stepped down before me. You see, go to Hadassah, the one you call Esther, chapter 4, exactly the same complaint Hadassah once made unto Mordecai. Mordecai said, this is war. Haman, the Agagite, has already paid huge amount of money into the king's treasury to wipe all of us out. Stand for your people. Go to the king and speak on our behalf to spare our life. What did Queen Hadassah do? She now began to complain just like this man. And the king never called me. Now it is 30 days. If I have to go, the penalty is there. I can't do it. And Mordecai now said, come, listen. Don't tell me because you are the queen. The destruction will not meet you. It will meet you. You are going to be a part of this destruction, but never worry if you keep silent. Deliverance and freedom will rise from another place, but you and your household will perish. Oh, my Father. Complaint upon complaint. Exactly what this man, when the thing stand up, if I want to go in, another one just stepping down before me. No, that is not what I asked you. Is that what I told you? Queen Adasa, is that what Mordecai said? No. Mordecai says, go to the king and speak on our behalf. King Yahushua asked, do you want to heal? Yes or no? Finish. Stop. This one do. No. Don't tell me any of those things. Just a question. Now I read verses 8. Now Yahushua saith unto him, rise, take up thy bed, and walk. And immediately the man was made whole, and took up his bed, and walked. And on the same day was the Shabbat. When did Queen Adasa go into fasting? We are not allowed to fast in any high day. She started up her fasting, when you return back to chapter 4, she started her fasting even in the feast of Passover. Passover is a high Shabbat. We ought not to fast, only to eat and celebrate. But this is what, because war has come, forget about celebration. War has come, no, we need to fix it. We need to fix it. She went into feast on a high Shabbat. And this man was also healed on a Shabbat. Okay, so a lot of parallel. This is the feast is revelation. It takes revelation to know that Abba Yehoah was there. Who Queen Adasa was genuinely, or the king never knew. And this feast as well. This is the feast where we need to do good for one another. The feast of Purim. And also in this feast day, Yahushua also do good. To heal that man. How does this man illustrate us now in the land of Babylon? How we are like that man, crippled. Deliverance will come from nowhere. If I want to go, another one stepped down. Who is going to redeem you? The Babylonian? No. Who is going to redeem you? Haman? No. Haman will always do all things by thing to become a stubborn block. That you never get promoted. That you never go nowhere. Mordecai, a powerful man of Yahuwah, was just ordinary gate man. Yes, Haman is in the way. Haman is a blockage. Until Abba Yehoah root him out of the way. You know, see now Haman himself not took the seat. Excuse me. Mordecai, until Abba Yehoah root out Haman out of the way, Mordecai now took the seat of Haman. That is how it works. Okay? King Yahushua now said, not take your man. That is miracle, powerful. First time in history for that man to work. And also first time, powerful in our Babylon to receive such wonders, to receive such miracle, such deliverance, that the power of Abba Yehoah was now made manifest powerfully, awesome in the midst of the hidden. So family, this is the mystery of the feast of Purim. I just want to touch on it very simple today, in a light way. Okay, you heard of the time already. You know how it goes by the Anuka calendar, and you know the time clock of Abba Yehoah that a new day begins. The hour that's going to bring about the new day begins 6 o'clock when sun goes anywhere you are. That is why you go to Daniel chapter 6. We see after the wicked men of Babylon declare or wanted to destroy or light or do something to stop the prayer or the fellowship of Daniel. We see Daniel was never moved about their decree. He still faced Jerusalem and still continued his praise and worship. He said he always did it 3 times a day. So, but if you want to do it, you will always face Jerusalem. That is, it was still using the time of Jerusalem. Like me here I am, I always face Jerusalem. How do we face Jerusalem? It is to use the biblical time clock and the biblical calendar. This is how we face Jerusalem. Not that we just carry our face. Where can I locate Jerusalem? No, we face Jerusalem through the time clock and the biblical calendar and the biblical reckoning feast and all. in our exile. This is how we do it. Okay, so if you want to be a part of it, when it's 6 o'clock Shabbat sundown, it's the feast start already. Only to eat, and celebrate. Also send gift to others, if you will. But that is what the royal law command us. We see our Messiah illustrated powerfully, and that man that was crippled, that is us now. This is our situation now, but we are coming out in such a powerful way because we are crippled. We cannot help. No help is not coming from nowhere, not at all. Help always comes from heaven. That man said, when I want to go in, another person, yes, because they are not your helper. Your helper is coming from heaven. And that was why King Yahushua did that wonderful act on this feast of Purim. This feast of Purim, we are being commanded to send gifts to one another. So this is how it works. So this is the mystery or the glory of the feast of Purim. So the seventh will brings about the total destruction of Amalekite. Islam is the last Amalekite. Christianity is the second now to the last Amalekite in the lives of the people of the book. Okay, family, shalom. And I will praise, and I will praise, I will praise, I will worship him, I will glorify his holy name, rebose, ibarobose, kerebo, imo santa labuye, kerese, I will praise, rebose, imaribo shanta labe Yahuwah. I will praise you, Rebosea. I will praise you, Lord. And I praise you, Orobo Shandaya. Yereboseke, Rebosandaya. Mama, Yende Reboskilimahan Talabo. I bless you, Orobo Shandarabo. I bless Orima Sekeya. Orimo Santaya.